slowing down just to look at collisions or anything else out of the ordinary. A. Causes traffic congestion. B. Prevents rear-end collisions. C. Improves traffic flow by preventing collisions. A. Causes traffic congestion. Avoid rubbernecking, or slowing down to look at collisions or anything else out of the ordinary. This helps to relieve traffic congestion. If the rear of your vehicle is skidding to the left, you should A. Not turn your steering wheel. B. Turn your steering wheel to the left to correct the skid. C. Turn your steering wheel to the right to correct the skid. B. Turn your steering wheel to the left to correct the skid. If you begin to skid on a wet or icy road, take your foot off the accelerator, stay off the brakes, and turn your steering wheel in the direction of the skid. However, if you have anti-lock brakes, you should apply your brakes firmly and steer straight ahead. This sign means A. Upcoming downgrade or hill. B. Road construction area. C. Upcoming narrowing of roadway. A. Upcoming downgrade or hill. This sign warns of a dangerous downgrade or hill ahead. The hill may be very long or steep, or it may have sharp curves. If you approach a flashing red traffic light, you A. Are traveling in the wrong direction. B. Must treat the intersection as if it is controlled by a stop sign. C. May not proceed until it changes to green.
Want to ace your DMV test? Click on the link below and get your guaranteed cheat sheet.
Just like alcohol and other drugs, drowsiness can A. Help you to be a better driver. B. Make you feel better. C. Impair your judgment. C. Impair your judgment. Not getting enough sleep is a cause of poor driving behavior. Just like drugs and alcohol, sleepiness slows reaction time, decreases awareness, and impairs judgment. Emergency vehicles. A. Have the right of way when using sirens, horns, and/or flashing lights. B. May use a loudspeaker to give instructions. C. May follow each other. D. All of the above. D. All of the above. You must yield the right of way to police cars, fire engines, ambulances, or any other emergency vehicles using a siren or air horn and a red or blue flashing light. Follow any instructions given over the emergency vehicle's loudspeakers. Emergency vehicles often follow each other, so you should proceed only when you are certain the way is clear. Extra space in front of a large truck is needed for A. Other drivers to merge onto the freeway. B. The truck driver to stop the vehicle. C. Other drivers when they want to slow down. B. The truck driver to stop the vehicle. Because they are larger, trucks take longer to stop than cars traveling at the same speed. Other drivers should not pull in front of a truck and then slow down or stop. To prepare for anything coming up on the road ahead, you should A. Continually scan the entire road and all roadsides. B. Stare straight ahead at all times. C. Drive with your left foot resting lightly on the brake pedal. D. Maintain focus toward the middle of the road. A. Continually scan the entire road and all roadsides. Your ability to handle dangerous traffic situations depends largely on searching for and identifying problems before meeting them. Looking far ahead of your vehicle does not mean you should simply stare at the center of the road. You need to continually scan the entire road, including the sides of the road. The most frequent cause of motorcycle accidents is A. The driver of a passenger vehicle failing to yield the right-of-way and making a left turn in front of an oncoming motorcycle. B. Inattention by the motorcyclist. C. Inadequate road conditions. A. The driver of a passenger vehicle failing to yield the right-of-way and making a left turn in front of an oncoming motorcycle. Approximately 1/3 of all motorcycle crashes involve a second motor vehicle. Many motorcycle accidents are caused by the driver of a passenger vehicle turning left in front of an oncoming motorcycle instead of properly yielding the right-of-way. This sign means A. Watch for bicycles. B. Bicycles not allowed. C. Bicycle repair shop ahead. D. Bicycles have the right-of-way. A. Watch for bicycles. This sign provides advance warning that bicycles may be present. You come to an intersection that is blocked by other traffic. You should A. Go slowly until the traffic ahead moves. B. Get as close as possible to the car in front of you. C. Stay out of the intersection until you can pass through. D. Sound your horn to make the cars move up. C. Stay out of the intersection until you can pass through. You cannot enter an intersection if traffic is backed up on the other side and you cannot get completely through the intersection. Wait until traffic ahead clears so you do not block the intersection. When used on roadways, bicycles are considered A. Hazards. B. Vehicles. C. Dangerous. B. Vehicles. Bicycles are considered vehicles when used on roadways. Bicyclists and motorists are expected to follow the same rules of the road. A pentagon-shaped sign is a stop sign. B. Regulatory sign. C. School zone or school crossing sign. C. School zone or school crossing sign. A five-sided sign is used to alert drivers to a school zone. Some pentagonal signs specifically indicate crosswalks within school zones where children or other pedestrians may be present. Turning left at a red light is never permitted. A. True. B. False. B. False. Unless prohibited by a sign, drivers may turn left on a solid red light from a one-way street onto another one-way street. There are no other situations in which a driver may turn left when stopped at a solid red traffic light. Which lane must you be in before making a left turn from a one-way street? A. The lane nearest the left curb. B. The lane nearest the center of the street. C. The lane nearest the right curb. A. The lane nearest the left curb. When making any turn, turn from the lane closest to the direction you wish to travel into the first available legal lane. If you are making a left turn from a one-way street, this means that you would make the turn from the lane nearest to the left curb. This sign means A. Roundabout ahead. B. Lane ends, merge left. C. Turn around. D. Curve ahead. A. Roundabout ahead. This sign indicates that a roundabout is ahead. Enter a roundabout at a low speed and yield to existing traffic. Drivers turning left must yield to A. Overtaking cars. B. Oncoming cars. C. No one. B. Oncoming cars. Drivers turning left must yield to oncoming vehicles that are driving straight ahead. A turning driver may only proceed when they can safely turn without affecting oncoming traffic. Your following distance when driving behind a motorcycle should A. Be the same as it would be if following any other vehicle. B. Decrease. C. Increase. C. Increase. When following a motorcycle, allow a greater following distance than you would when following any other vehicle. Motorcycles are able to stop and turn more quickly than larger vehicles, and a driver following a motorcyclist needs time to react to their quick movements. When arriving to an uncontrolled intersection at the same time as vehicles to your right and left, you should A. Yield the right-of-way to the vehicle on your left. B. Yield the right-of-way to the vehicle on your right. C. Wait until there are no vehicles at the intersection before proceeding. B. Yield the right-of-way to the vehicle on your right. If multiple vehicles arrive at the same time to an intersection that is not controlled by signs or signals, the driver on the right has the right-of-way. Drivers should then proceed in the order that they arrive to the intersection. Fatigue increases the risk of A. Missing an exit. B. Being late for an appointment. C. Falling asleep behind the wheel and crashing. C. Falling asleep behind the wheel and crashing. Fatigue causes errors related to speed and distance, increases your risk of being in a crash, and causes you to take more time to make decisions. When you are fatigued, you could fall asleep behind the wheel and crash, injuring or killing yourself or others. When you are facing a green light and there are pedestrians in the intersection. A. You must yield the right-of-way to pedestrians. B. You have the right-of-way over pedestrians. C. Pedestrians must wait for you to cross. A. You must yield the right-of-way to pedestrians. When facing a green light, you must yield to pedestrians and vehicles already in the intersection. Drivers must yield to pedestrians when turning on a steady green signal. When may you proceed through an intersection that has a stop sign but no stop line or crosswalk? A. After slowing down to verify that there is no cross traffic. B. After coming to a complete stop and verifying that it is safe to proceed. C. After you have stopped at least 20 feet prior to the intersection. D. After slowing down to a speed of 10 miles per hour. B. After coming to a complete stop and verifying that it is safe to proceed. Stop before the stop line or crosswalk at any intersection that is controlled by a stop sign. If there is a stop sign but no stop line or crosswalk, stop before entering the intersection and proceed when it is safe to do so. This sign indicates that the road ahead A. Turns sharply right, then left. B. Curves right, then left. C. Curves right. B. Curves right, then left. This sign warns of a reverse curve in which the road curves to the right, then to the left. When driving in fog, rain, or snow, use A. Low beams. B. High beams. C. Fog lights only. A. Low beams. Low beam headlights should be used in fog, rain, and snow. The light from high beams will reflect back to the driver under these weather conditions, causing a glare that will make it difficult to see ahead. What is the purpose of rumble strips? A. They alert drivers to potential tire problems. B. They test a vehicle's shock absorbers. C. Through vibration and sound, they alert inattentive drivers to the fact that their vehicles have left the travel lane. C. Through vibration and sound, they alert inattentive drivers to the fact that their vehicles have left the travel lane. Rumble strips create noise and vibrations to warn drowsy or inattentive drivers that they are straying off of the road or are approaching a stop sign or signal.